everyone, and welcome back to the CrossCode No EXP Challenge Run, the live stream series where we are trying to beat the CrossCode A New Home DLC while permanently stuck at level 1. And if you want to watch these challenge runs on your own time, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and boop that bell button to stay notified. And hey, Gretgor, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. When we last left off, we managed to make some good progress here in, I guess... What was the name of this dungeon? It's been a while. But this dungeon, the main DLC, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's probably the most well-designed dungeon of the game, which just shows Cooler Tempo. That's what it was called. Thanks, Gretgor. It's definitely the most well-designed dungeon from this game, and you can tell that the developers put a lot of thought and love into this dungeon. I have no idea if we're even past the halfway point, though I'm guessing we are because last stream we did manage to fight what seemed to be like a mid-dungeon boss. Yo, Copper Nicholson and Cool too. Thank you both so much for dropping by. How's it going? And boss fight incoming. Oh no, it's not a boss fight. It's worse. I hate these things. But at least we have space. Awesome, thanks for the hugs. Come on, set it on fire. Burn! 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 Ow. Ow. Okay, unlike last time, at least we have a little bit of space. I'm still not super confident because it has been a while since... I'm definitely rusty with this game, unfortunately. As much as I love it. But, I still think we can make good progress if we be patient and careful. And take advantage of the fact that we have so much space to work with. Ow. And also, abuse our HP regen. Oh, Luigi Jr., thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? And what the heck? When did all these things get here? No! What is this madness? You only have one chef sandwich, too. Ow! We're not going to get any break here, are we? Oh, I know, right? Exactly, Kamal, dude. Not playing CrossCode for 3 hours for a week on a regular basis really does make you rusty, doesn't it? Bird! I want to get rid of the ice ones first. They're the ones I'm the most worried about. At least the green ones seem like they have enough of a wind-up to dodge. Bird! Bird! This is not very efficient. Okay. Maybe we should go for Jolt. Yeah, I think Jolt will be the way to go. Yeah. It's been weird. If that's on Wednesday for some reason, it actually snowed, which is unusual for wearing that. At this time of year, at least. Or if this were steamed hands, you might say, snow at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country. Oh, it's buffering? I'm sorry to hear that, Gretgor. But don't worry, you're not missing much. It's just us facing the... What are these things called? These wave crystalids. I was right, the wave crystalids. Yep. Snowing in my kitchen? No. Oh no, no, what? Why? There's so many, no! Oh, what was that, Copper Nicholson? Burn! We don't like you! Burn, crystalids, burn! Sorry. Why are there so many? It's gonna be the starfish problem all over again, isn't it? Oh, it was the Northern Lights! Fair enough. This is actually very, very suspicious. Tate! Ow. I'm sorry to hear that, Copper Nicholson. Ow. This is bad. I'm very, very scared. Where's my durians? I need an emergency durian. Now. Thank you. Ow, ow. Bird. Okay, okay, that's better. Oh, you've been writing, Copper Nicholson? That's awesome. What you been writing? Oh, speaking of writing, Brekor, if I'm not mistaken, you were also writing, working on storyboarding for your game, weren't you? How's that going? Ow. Oh, cool. How's it going, Brekor? I know storyboarding can be a long process, but I think you'll agree that it's also a very necessary process to at least long-term game development. I definitely found storyboarding to be extremely helpful with working on Hartwell, for example. Oh, that's awesome! You made a central theme. If it's alright to ask, what's it kind of about? Excellent! No matter how small the idea is, make sure to write it down. You never know when it'll come up. Okay, fair enough. Copper Nicholson memes. Lots and lots of memes, I'm assuming. Oh, and I see we do have some memes. Read a message as useless. Are you familiar with the Faulted Sparrow? It's the ship of Theseus in the field of identity metaphysics. It's kind of like the Hill of Antomicx, a small colony hill that consists of an ant colony. As the ants die out, new ones are born to replace them from the queen. Even the queen herself dies, and is replaced with a new queen. When no original ant remains, is it still the Hill of Antomicx? What about if every piece of dirt is replaced as well? And that is why I believe that Antomicx is secretly Dr. Hank Pym, aka Ant-Man. Ah, so a theme of belonging, fate and finding one's place in the world. Okay, sounds interesting, Brekor. I'm sure you'll develop that even more as you go, but that's definitely a good start. That was an epic dodge on that Crystallid's part. So much chaos. Yep, it is definitely a different way to explain the Ship of Theseus metaphor. Alright. Come on. They're almost down. You know, when I got here last stream, I thought this would be a boss fight. Instead, it's basically an enemy rush, which is fine. But just kind of takes me by surprise. There we go. Come on. It's just this one. Let's go! First try! Apparently we still have the stills, chat. Ooh, cooler OT. Now watch this, the boss battle be immediately behind this door. I swear. Oh, nope, it's just a dungeon. Except it's called Red Herrings, which immediately makes me suspicious. Wonder. The fact that this room is called Red Herrings just makes me so suspicious. It makes me feel like this entire convoluted setup won't actually mean anything. But let's at least see what we're working with. Okay, so that goes up there, that goes up there, this goes that way, and what does that accomplish? The red herring itself is a red herring. That would be... that would definitely be interesting. Maybe like this? Yo, that was right! Okay. Look at that, chat. We did something right. The real red herring was the friends we made along the way. Exactly, cool, too. Okay, so we bring it over here. I feel like I've messed up already. Yep. I needed that to be... I needed that to have something in it, didn't I? Yeah. We wanted... Yeah, ice. Alright. Unless... I think we're supposed to maybe send it down there first. Yeah, just we send it in there, then we can get that, then somehow get it out, I'm guessing. Oh, I'm reaching the part of the puzzle where the dungeons become ridiculous. Okay, Rektor, fair enough. Let's start by getting this thing in there. So, what we want... Over here, please. And we'll hit it like that. Perfect. Alright, get over there. Got it. Awesome. Now... How to get you over there? If I bring it over there, I could send it into that space down there. That might work. Okay. Please work. Fair enough, Rektor. I'm sure the puzzles will be even more ridiculous, but it's all part of the fun of CrossCode. Okay, so we bring it over here. Then I think what we do is... No, not fire. We'll want ice and then to bounce it in there, won't we? That's my current guess, at least. Okay. I really hope this is right. Line it up. Yes! Yes! Progress! Oh, before I forget, I'm not sure if this resets it or anything, but I remember Emily saying something along the lines of she'd contact us later if we chat with her. Hi. Bonjour, chérie. You miss our usual D-Link conversations during the dungeon runs. Aw, I'll make sure to contact you later. Thanks. Okay, yeah, the conversation's still the same. Just want to make sure. Not sure why I did that, but that's up. That ice attack, but we're all good there. So now that that's out of the way, I think we can finally get that over here. Oh, oh, that's good. That's really good. Chat, look at this. Oh, no, not that. Look how they just looped this around so that we can still use the same object we got in there before, and not have to waste time trying to start that over. That's good game design. It's Dark Souls looping, but within the puzzle. Look at that, chat. Look at it. Isn't it glorious? Right, I think if I hit this with electricity, it'll still come my way. Yep. Okay, not quite. Perfect. Okay, ice. Right. Now... I think it's fire that sends it blind. Yep. Perfect! Let's go! Glad to see it. Oh no! Guardian of Strife, that's not ominous! Oh no! Chat! I think we found a boss battle! Fair enough, cool wall 2. I could definitely see how that puzzle could be really challenging, just because there's... It loops around so much and could probably get very confusing. But this is definitely very ominous. Wait, what? Huh? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Huh? Okay. I hope it doesn't reset. Please don't reset, because this will be a pain to do over and over again. Okay, I don't think it resets. That's good. Very true. True, Director. Altered right starts with radius. And hey, look! Another statue guardian! How difficult is this one going to be? Let's find out. Baby, Miss Baby, if we do this enough times, we won't have to do the boss fight. I'm just kidding, that's not gonna work. Alright. Yep. Guardian statue. Here we go again, chat. This one seems to be electric-based. Oh my goodness. That's spooky. Bird! Ow, ow, ow. Okay, this one is definitely a lot more aggressive than the last one. Like... Ow. Whew, this is very, very scary. Sandwich! Ow. Stop! Can we have some tea? We're gonna run out of tea. Okay. At least try to... Okay, the shield seems to help a lot. Bird! 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 Ow, 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 ow. I'm so glad that if not for that shield, we'd probably be done. Alright. Sandwich meat. This thing. These statue guardians are quickly becoming the bane of my existence. No! Oh, wait a minute. That is... 1 second, chat. That is actually the wrong death counter. Let me fix this. Also, hey, Wonton! Thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going, man? It's going pretty well here. Just realized we had the wrong death counter up, but otherwise, doing well, doing well. Let me just edit this real quick. Been having a lot of fun working on developing a video game, as well as returning to CrossCode to play the post-game DLC. Mind you, I am playing the post-game DLC blind, so I have no idea what's going to happen. And we're doing this at level 1, so that makes it even more interesting. Okay. And there we go. There's the death counter. Anyway. That's what I've been up to. How about you? Ah, it's been a bit. Fair enough. Wait, what's over here? Interesting. I'm not sure why it's that way, but... Oh, sounds good, Wonton. Well, run's going very well. Technically, we already completed the No EXP Challenge Run. It's just that we've, now, of course, we are actually in the post-game DLC. Trying to see how far we can get. That's all part of the fun. Yo, Wonton, thanks for the cheer, man. I really appreciate it. Well, we're about to... I'm not sure if you played the post-game DLC one time, but we're about to fight a boss that's really, really challenging. And we'll see how we do. I love the design of this boss, though. It reminds me so much of, like, the Dark Souls bosses. Alright, now we backed up. Dodge. Dodge! Okay. Bird. Might be worthwhile just to gain as much SP as possible. Ow. Ow, oh, we're about to die. Or not! Ah, I'm glad you like the design of the bosses too, well too. It's really well done. We need a durian. Durian us. Ow. My ability to dodge these attacks is definitely suspect. Let's just build up SP. Or not. HP regen, please? Where's my T? The lead of extraordinary gentlemen. I have not, Copper Nicholson. Ow. This is scary. Very, very scary. Okay. Okay, okay. Can't heal. Okay, okay. We made it through that. We made it through that. That's what matters. That's what matters. We're still alive somehow. I don't know how, but we'll take that. We will definitely take that. Through all the lightning, we must prevail. Alright, at this point, it might actually be prudent to just use the shield and just dive straight for it, because that lets us avoid the lightning. Like that. Like that, chat, like that. I think that might be the strat. Alright, keep burning it, keep burning it. Keep the pressure on. Oh dear. Ow. Alright, now it's on fire. That's good. SP. We need more SP. Okay, more HP regen too. We're gonna run out of T. Gosh darn it. Bird. Bird. Perfect. Good to know, Copper Nicholson. Good to know. Alright, now we just try to build up as much SP as we can. Just to hedge our bets. Such a satisfying boss, though. Ow. Chat, can you imagine how much worse this would be without combat arts? Just... like, I can't even imagine. Like, combat arts are definitely what's saving us here. Probably on your end, Rekor. I think the stream looks fine. I don't usually drop frames. Let's go! Phase 2, chat! That's progress! Okay, it's doing the thing. You know what that means, chat. Unless it has some super attack, we're just going to keep it in this phase. As you all know. Alright, chat, you ready for the best Ron way? Because this is the best Ron way. I'm sorry to hear that, Rekor. But right now, we're doing the best Ron way. I think, was it Coolwall 2 who coined that term? The best Ron way? I think it might have been. Ow! Bird! Ow, ow, ow! Okay, I want... sandwich. Alright, never mind. Well, someone mentioned this on a previous stream where I was just doing this, essentially. is forcing the thing to stay... the boss to stay in this phase so that it only does the simple attack and we can just slowly eat away at its health with status effects. It's a remarkably effective strategy. If I could just eat a chef sandwich. Perfect. Now we just set it on fire again. Perfect. Perfect. Now we got the double full damage over time up, chat. Let's go. Well, this truly is the best wrong way. Like, the developers put so much effort into, like, the puzzle elements for this boss, probably, and we're just like, nah, no, we're good. I'm fine with status effects. Ow. My fire's doing the bulk of the damage here. Use the move Toxic and then toss paralysis. What is this, Pokemon? Well, I mean, Leia is a Pokemon. I think we said she's a grass psychic type or something like that. Since... Ow. Sandwich me. Now it's just the waiting game, chat. Yeah, it is a pretty effective strategy for Wall 2. Especially if you like using poison types in Pokemon. Come on, we're almost there. Come on. Come on. Ow, 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 ow. Keep building up that SP. Alright, now. We gotta go for the damage. All in, chat. We're all in. Why is this tactic work? I don't know. But I'm glad it's here, because otherwise this would be a lot harder. Let's go! Second try! Yes! Yes! Where's the deuce? Untitled Deuce? Untitled Deuce! Are you here? Did it finally defeat the deuce? I don't know. Yeah, I know, right, Kakor? This is definitely an oversight. Though, to be fair, this is endgame, so I'm assuming the devs would expect us all to use our level 3 combat arts to just, you know, breeze through these bosses. But here, that's not the case. Ah, yes. Too Goose, too Furious, yes. Yeah, probably, Kakor. They probably didn't expect someone to be trying this at level 1. Like, all the enemies here are like level 60 and 70, so, I mean... definitely balanced for endgame. What? Interesting. Okay. So I'm thinking... probably wants us to do that first. I'm missing something here. Oh, it has to be ice, right. Oh, I'm being silly. Chat, it's obvious. Look at this. We just have to bounce it around. Right over here. Yeah, I know, cold breaks heat barrier, but I'm thinking what we're supposed to do is bounce it off like... Oh, no, that's not it. I mean, I could always just knock it over. Got close. Whoops. Fair enough, cool, too. Hey, to be fair, this stuff is complicated. It's probably not going to be that easy to remember once it's all occurred. Okay, now we've done that. I'm guessing now we have to send it back that way. Oh, that's a shame, Gregor. I'm sorry to hear that. Ah, I see. Wait, do I... There's some way I can bounce that in there. Maybe if I, like, time this right. Well, wait, then how am I supposed to get it in there? This probably isn't the way to do this. I'm just assuming. Because I can stop it, but what are we accomplishing by doing that? Oh, I see. There we go. Clever devs, clever. Anyway. Now, knock it over there. Oh, Chad, we whipped around. Look at that. Remember when we watched past this puzzle and we're like, what the heck is this? We're back. Look at that. Good game design, chat. Circular level design. I will sing the praises of circular level design like this. It's till the end of time. Alright, that's one half of this bridge. Now we just have to do the other half. Wait, what is this? Chat? Are we actually going to have a conversation with both Emily and Shizuka? I want to see this. But first, need to hydrate. The ultimate. This should be good. Hi. Hey. Finally, we meet again. That means we all have defeated the bird dude. Dude was fast, but not fast enough to avoid my punches. Anyway, what a lucky coincidence that both of you are here. Why is that? You know, I met Leia quite some time ago. But I still don't know that much about her. Really? Well, there's plenty. You have time to change that, right? Right? But you see... There's plenty... Okay, Shizuka, okay. I think Shizuka ships Emily and Leia. Yes, I know Kowaltu, who doesn't? But you see, with Leia's vocabulary, it's pretty hard to ask her anything specific. Aw, that's a fair point. Yeah, Leia agrees. So I had this idea. Since you and Leia share the same past, can't I just ask you instead? No! Emily, no, that's not how it works! That isn't how it works! No! Huh? Like, what's your favorite dish? Emily, no! No! I I don't know. Don't you think this is weird? Leia and I aren't exactly the same person anymore. We, of course, but it's like 90% or so, right? Emily, no! Leia is not Shizuta! You can't just place a number on that. Oh, come on. What's there to lose? No! Emily! Emily is Fee? Oh, no. Wait. Here's the thought, chat. What if Fee is like the many great-grandmother of Emily? Like, she's like an ancestor of Emily. I would not be surprised. For instance, it's embarrassing, and I hardly know you. That's all. I can talk about myself as well. Emily, come on! We'll be best friends in no time. Aww. Okay, that went from a bit ridiculous to actually very wholesome. I approve. Actually, I'd rather just continue with the dungeon. Bye! Hey, don't just run away like that! That was amazing. That was better than I ever hoped it could be. I never thought we'd actually get an interaction between those two, but we did, and it was amazing. Yeah, I know, Gregor. Emily's amazing. She's my favorite character in this game. I've made that apparent many times over. Well, Gregor, there's a saying, all good things must come to an end. I mean, if they made it too long, it might wear out its welcome. And this is already like a really long dungeon. Like, really, really long. I have a bad feeling about this. We might be, Gregor. I'm not sure what to expect, but first, because I'm curious if Emily and Shizuta's conversation follow up after that, so... no, it doesn't seem to be. About Shizuta. Now we have this, no, it's that conversation, never mind. I guess that's fair cool, too. Everything becomes meh if it goes for too long, but some things, of course, can go longer before coming meh. It's all a balance. I'm waiting for it. There's going to be chrysalids here. We fought, I think, Wave and Ice on the other side, so I'm assuming Shock and Fire are coming up. Called it! Oh, and they said instantly chilled. Insta-chill. Although I just realized we aren't... I'm going to assume that fire does not get built up on these guys that quickly. Or at all, apparently. Okay. The other problem is my only ice attack takes forever to charge up. And it's really powerful when it hits, but... it's too slow. Oh yeah, fair enough with the character interaction. That's fair, Reckworth. But at the same time, the thing about CrossCode is the devs clearly never intended it to have a branching narrative, or I'm assuming any sort of choices with how the characters interact with one another. It's supposed to be a fairly linear story. But imagine if CrossCode had some non-linear elements, how interesting that would be. Like if you'd have relationships or like friendships or social links with some of the characters, that I'd approve. Will it ever happen? Probably not. The amount of effort it took to make this game is already insane. Leia already has friendships, but cool too. We have to go further beyond. First, speaking of going further beyond, Durian. Will Antomicx ever hit anything with his ice attack? Tune in next time to find out. Oh, this is not going well. These things are just so bulky. I think we need a... hate to say it, we need another durian. Oh, you know what we could do? Ice interrupts these things, doesn't it? Then we can just spam the melee attack and hope for the best. Or not. Come on, come on! Come on! I think it's working. In theory. Come on. Perfect, we got chill off. And they're getting hurt. They are so slow. And yet so spooky. Can we defeat them already? This actually has to be concerned because these guys are so tanky because we can't just burn them to death. And setting up shock would probably take too long. Okay, that works. Here's hoping the shock crystalids aren't too bad. Right here. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. Very end. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just keep spamming attacks. Look at that damage. Alright, now we're going to see shock, which means we can go back to the flame strat. Bird! Oh, they shoot. Okay. Interesting. That makes sense. Shock is kind of like a ranged attack. We are not setting them on fire, are we? Come on. Okay, that one. Focus on that one, and we're out of SP. No! Oh dear. No, 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 Durian. Actually, I wonder. Well, yeah, that does a fair amount of damage. But we really want fire is the thing, because fire would do the most damage over time. Yeah, the fire's reset at this point. Okay. In that case, wave might be the way to go. Ow. Yeah, we heal a fair amount from wave. Unfortunately, we also take a lot of damage. I wonder. Oh, they can get built up with Mark pretty quickly. We are hurt. My durian supply is dying! No! It's all dead. Come on. There we go! That's what we want to see! If we mark them off, they actually take a lot of damage. Antomicx is responsible for the extinction of the durian? No. I hope not. Because we need them. Can they let us breathe? Okay. I don't know how we're going to do the... what is it called? There is going to be a rush of, I'm assuming, electric crystalids and fire crystalids. How are we going to do that one, I wonder? Ah, no. Welp. I mean, do we at least save some durians, or were they used up? Okay, alright, we got our durians back at least. Well, might be a good time to reevaluate our strat here then, chat, because these enemies just are not taking much damage from our status effects. Which leads me to believe we might be better off going with the drill. Yeah. Let's go with the Infinity Spiral drill. And just go all out on our attack. Ah, glad that seems to have helped Stride Raptor. Wait for it. Alright. Just keep attacking. Keep attacking. These things do not like it when you're aggressive. That's what we've learned. Oh dear. Period. Alright, we got Chilla. That did so much damage. I approve. Pete. This is spooky. Come on. We almost got one down. Come on. That moment when you wish Chill actually did, like, damage over time. Now we're talking. That damage, though. Tabernacle said, no, we need durians. Alright, now for... Ow. I was gonna try and go for that strat. Yeah, I know, right, Druckor? If only. That would make the game too easy, wouldn't it? Alright, let's try this. We are just eating that thing's health. I love it. There we go, that works. Mark them up and eat them away. That was close. Over here. Okay. Come on. Eat it alive, Leia. Eat it. Good. Good, good. How did that miss? That went everywhere. It's oh well. There we go. That worked. Well, I don't think that's going to work on the I I really don't think that's going to work when we have to face like a whole mob, like 20 of those things at once. But at least we... Yeah, I know, right, Rekor? Tonight it's been really consistent with the set to tries actually being the charm. But we still have a long way to go, from what I can see. I mean, just... Remember how long it took us to go through all of that last stream? It actually might be a good spot to take a break. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, chat. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Time to, I think... Yeah, so this puzzle, I think we're going to have to do on our way back. Careful transport. Intriguing, intriguing. Wonder, can we walk that fence? Probably not, but it's... worth a shot. Is that there's some way to get over there? Well, actually, no, we do have to do this puzzle. Never mind. That's so cool. What? Chat? What? How? What have we done? Okay. I know, right, chat? It's like there must be like the tiniest little edge to stand on there. I know, you return and this is what you see. CrossCode is a perfectly balanced game without exploits. There's really no harm in that. I just find that hilarious. Alright. What have we accomplished? Okay, we have this. Which is supposed to help us somehow. Oh, that's why, because we need it for that. Oh, that's clever, chat. People who are going too fast might actually try to hit that with fire, and then we'd lose the bomb. Tricky, tricky, devs. But I see through your tricks. Oh, that happened to you, Kamal, too. Fair enough. I could definitely see how that would happen. All right, now we're just gonna line it up, and boom. There we go. That was a satisfying puzzle, if I do say so myself. Okay, good. For a second there, I thought this was going to be an instant boss fight. Okay, sounds good, Rekor. Uh-oh. Is this another sniper? Yep, another sniper situation. I do enjoy these sniper puzzles, though. It's fun having, like, a puzzle under pressure. Ooh, this is interesting. Needs to line it up. Get down there. Okay. That'll do. Boy, fits. What about quality Copper Nicholson? Perfect. Okay. Now we have to fight. Now we have to fight these things again. The Hum Magnums. We get to have another dance party with them. Bird. I just realized we don't have the right our usual equipment. Alright, I'm glad that didn't hit. Okay, that hit. My own fault. Bird. 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 Ow. That's my own fault. Ow. One second, chat. Sorry about that. Like, what makes a work of fiction so engaging that readers want to make OCs for the story? Good question, Drekor. Sorry, Copper Nicholson. Good question, Copper Nicholson. I'd say I genuinely think, like, the richer the lore for your world, just as a general rule of thumb, the richer the lore for your world, and the more for your audience to sink its teeth into, the more likely it is that people will want to use the world as a baseline for whether for fan fiction or OCs or something like that. So, exactly, world building. So I would say, basically, the more that your world has to offer, the more likely it is that people would be interested or engaged with it, if that makes sense. Essentially, it's like, if you think of maybe a park or any kind of institution, you want something that gives you the most to offer. So obviously a really deep and rich world will give you the most to build off of, and the most room for latitude and experimentation with your own writing. Hey, welcome back, Drekor. Ow. Seem to be handling ourselves okay right now. And there's plenty of great stories out there with excellent world building. Lord of the Rings, for example, Copper Nicholson, or the Hunger Games. There's also there's plenty out there. Just I would say pretty much most of the Isaac Asimov novels have great world building. Yeah, very true, Rekor. World building is, at times for me, because you might be talking about the most mundane things, like how do people eat, for example. That seems like such a simple thing we don't even think about, but it actually does explain some things. Yo, Dr. Spudnik, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Welcome to the CrossCode stream. Now the real fight begins. Oh dear. I do appreciate that the devs thought ahead enough to have their, like, when there's a lot of opponents on the field at the same time, to have the opponents wait their turn almost, so that it's not like a, so there's less situations where Leia would get, I think the Dark Souls term is ganked. Ganked meaning, like, having a lot of enemies attacking you all at once. Now, to be fair, I think ganking is a key part of Dark Souls' charm, in that when ganking happens, usually it's because it's your fault. You went into a situation that was not good, and you should have thought about that situation more ahead of time. But I can understand how ganks can be very, very frustrating. That's true, cool too. Lots of games make enemies wait their turn, but not Dark Souls. Dark Souls just lets all the chaos unfold. Though I'm glad that at least with this game they make them wait, because I don't think we'd be able to do this if they were just constantly ganging up on us. Come on. Ow. Ow. Okay, oh dear. Oh, no, we are jolted. The damage off. Keep building up SP. Keep building up SP. Ow. Well, actually, this is a question for you, chat. Do you like it when games have enemies wait their turn, or do you prefer for enemies to actually not wait their turn because that's a bit more realistic? I mean, there's pros and cons to each. The latter is definitely harder to deal with and more challenging, but the former might feel more fair depending on the situation. Oh, this is very, very bad. Bury it. Bury it. The fact that we're marked is what's scary, because that just makes them hit so hard. No, we're out of SP. Alright, that one's on fire, that's good. Alright, fair enough, cool, too. You like it when the enemies wait, because it makes you feel cooler when you defeat them. That's fair. Though, here's a question, cool, too. If the enemies didn't wait and you were still able to beat them, despite them all attacking you at similar times, wouldn't that make you feel even a greater sense of accomplishment? Ah, interesting. So you prefer no turns. I honestly, that sense, so it will let you get to the action quicker. Yeah, that's the other aspect to it. So because it's harder, it could also be more frustrating. Depends on the player, though, of course. Personally, I like the difficulty that comes with games, but I do definitely understand where the frustration might lie for some players. Okay, so Gregor, you'd probably lean more towards the side of don't have the enemies wait, just let them attack and whenever they feel like attacking, basically. Oh, this is the last one. It takes 2 to tango. Alright, now it's on fire. It's only a matter of time, chat. It's only a matter of time. There we go. Let's go. We defeated those burbs. Yeah, that's a nice sense, Gregor. Well, yeah, but having enemies that have more, like, sections where they attack frequently and sections where they're defending a bit more, that's, I guess, pretty normal boss design. But there are different ways to do it. Alright. So right now, we have a looping circuit. Okay, so we need to get over here. There'll be a lot of electricity in this one, isn't there? Why would we want to knock it over there? Oh, that's why. There's no way for us to reach that. This looks like it could be interesting. Wait a minute. Hold on. Will this merge with the... No, it won't. Okay, I was about to say... a more antimatter block. The only question remains, where's this going exactly? Wait, hold on a second. Okay, that didn't do anything. I thought it might. Nope. So I guess the trick here is trying to find some way to get that up past this block, isn't it? And then from there to actually push it on that side. Yeah. Fair enough, Raptor, fair enough. Definitely an interesting puzzle. Well, let's just get this out in front of it. Question is, though, what does that accomplish exactly? And we could try using the wave element to get it, Actually, no, the wave element won't work here. Or would it? And there's no way we can just bounce things around in there to get out, is the issue. I mean, I see the electric thing, I'm just questioning what exactly this is trying to imply here. Yep, hey SHARD MS, thank you so much for dropping by, how's it going? And yep, this is my first run through the DLC. Yep, yeah, this is a blind run going into this DLC, so, at level 1, of course. Also, yo, ThatBots, welcome, man, how's it going? Greetings. Right now we're on this puzzle, and honestly, I'm confused. Because we're trying to get this... We're trying to get that block over there. But we can't use... I think we're supposed to use... Supposed to be a looping circuit somehow. I don't understand how, though. Left here's not fine. Oh, right! SHARD, you posted that loop... The no brakes video. Amazing video, by the way. I mean, it's a shame it was... minor spoiler, chat. It's a shame it wasn't possible, but I understand. There's just some enemies that you just can't defeat without breaking, just because of how their mechanics work. But it's all part of the fun, though. It's definitely all part of the fun. Now, the real question becomes, how do we get that through all the way over there? Let's think about this. Why is this set up the way it is? We have that, and we have wave. Does wave help us here? Not really. Okay. Wait. Hold on. If we were to... Well, okay. My thought is, chat, would using wave on that thing actually allow us to... Yeah, that's a I don't know, teleport out like that? Like that? No. I don't know what that's weird. Oh, the fights with the viruses? Yeah, that would have been a pain. What, like, seriously, they take so little damage unless you break them. It's ridiculous. Trying to burn the heated cold virus without accidentally hitting and breaking the drain. That sounds awful. Like... That sounds really, really awful. Yeah, I could definitely see, like, this puzzle seems so simple on, like, the start, just from the layout. It doesn't have too many moving parts, and yet it seems really, really complex. But I am going to try my best. Oh yeah, Zeke would probably comment about something. So supposedly we're supposed to set up some kind of infinite circuit here, I think. Looping circuit. I just don't know how we do that. Can we reset? If we were to get that, like, all the way over there, though, I wonder what would... Wait, what? 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 Did I just solve the puzzle by accident? What? What even just happened? Goose, was this your doing? Also, hey, Smurfing Kids, thank you so much for dropping by, man. How's it going? Yeah, you come to this. We've been stuck on this puzzle for like 15 minutes, and I just randomly shoot one of those electric puzzles, and it turns out to be a really simple idea. Look at this, chat. It's so simple, but yeah, it's so hard to just see. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Uh-oh. No. Oh, no. Wait, you can skip a puzzle in this dungeon? Okay, Shadow Mask, do not tell me about it unless I actually, unless I complete the puzzle, but that sounds hilarious, like, being able to skip puzzles. There are a few puzzles in this game you can skip. I remember there's, like, a fence skip, and I think the Temple Mine dungeon that I like to do. And also, yes, there is Smudge Shizuka. Isn't it glorious? Isn't it glorious? Anyway. Now... before we go into this seems like this just screams the pillar boss enemies. I'm going to actually go buy more consumable items because we are running a bit low. So first things first, time to return to Burden Trail where we can get our tea. Oh wait, you can sit the red herring room? Oh, it wasn't even a fence tip? Okay, fair enough. Oh. Yeah, I know, pillar chamber, what else should it be? Maybe just a pillar of buds? Eh? This is the wrong area. I need to go to Burden Trail. Yeah, the hermit's house. Leia's not doing that. Why would Leia do that? Welcome back, fella. Great to see you around. The hermit's house still has its amazing selection of drinks. For you, it's still on discount, of course. Alright, take your time. Alright, so first and foremost, get ourselves plenty of tea. Yep. Sweet berry tea. I like this as we can just get this for credits without having to rhyme for anything. All this is for cash, so that's... I know, you can get a discount of 1 credit. It does add up when you have to buy so many of them. So, we'll buy 20 of these. And on top of this, I think it is important for us to get the most important consumable item in this game. You all know which one I'm talking about, chat. You all know. The consumable item that has saved us more times than anything else. The one, the only durians. Where are our durians? I think it's... Yep, here we are. Oh, they're so expensive, though. That'll do. Okay. Regen plus 20% max HP, unless there's some... you mean this one? Wait, no, there's an item in Ramos that gives you plus 100% regen plus 20%. Really? Hold on. You mean like a consumable item or a wearable item? Oh, consumable item. I think I know what you're talking about. Where is it? This one, right? The cheese spaghetto? Or are you thinking of something else? Yep. Yeah, those to be pretty good for... My only issue with this is that it lasts for 44 seconds. And it costs 7,000 to buy. Whereas for much less, we can get 80% HP regen, which is slightly worse, but still, you know, definitely more cost efficient. I'll keep this one in mind, but durians have saved us so many times because it heals 50% of HP and you can eat it fairly quickly. Yeah, fair enough, Shadow Mask. Though I appreciate the advice, though, because let's face it, when you're at level 1, you just have to rely so hard on equipment. Like, this is just like a full HP regen build, or a mostly HP regen build, and yeah, the durian is broken. Though, it's not as broken as this. This... I'm not sure, you probably didn't see this, Shadow Mask, but when I was battling Shizuka at level 1, this still right here was the difference between winning and losing the battle. Of course Cruel 2. Of course we're going for status effects. At this point, we do deal so little damage, it'd be silly not to. And oh, it's over there for some reason. But I thought the temple was supposed to be over there. Oh, whatever. Geography. Yeah, for sure, Shadow Mask. It's great against Apollo, except for the fact that you can't unlock it until Chapter 9 when you're at level 1 because you need to use side quests. but it does work out. Oh, yeah, but that's the thing. For me, I am not consistent at dodging Ether Snipe at all. And if it hits you once, you're done. At level 1, doesn't matter what you're wearing, so... But with, of course, this, you just tank it, and it's hilarious. Ooh, a GOML run. What does that stand for, Cool Wall 2? Is that like a status effect only run? Yeah, I agree. It's just the ability to the fact that we have status effects that deal a set amount of damage over time has helped us so much. But this section is definitely going to be tricky because these enemies do not get built up on that quickly. Oh, you actually tanked Shizuka's Ether Snipe just by accident. That's amazing, Shadow Mask. Oh, sorry. The equipment that scales with your stats. Well, the problem is when you're at level 1, that equipment's actually worse than what we have right here. So. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That the fourth Apollo fight is just ridiculous. I have not beaten it yet, but to be fair though, soon in this level 1 run, which is just already ridiculous. Yeah, on my level, just a level 1 Apollo, that'd be hilarious. Alright, chat. I have a really bad feeling about this, because if it's going to be 4 pillars, even with all this space, that makes me very, very scared. Because I've had trouble with just 3 of those pillars. Here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, thank goodness, it's just 3. If it was going to be 4, I would have just been like, nope, 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 just so much nope. Is there something else up there? No! Chat, are they being merciful to us? Are the devs being merciful? They're letting us just get rid of the center pillar so we could just have 2 to fight? What? Okay, devs, if you're going to be merciful, I'll take it. I think our best bet's going to be ice. Or, no, we want burn. If we can survive. I know, benevolent level creators! Who would have thought? Honestly, the ice one scares me. Well, the ice and the shock ones scare me the most because the shots just have such fast projectile velocity, but the ice ones deal, I think, the highest DPS. Yeah, I know. Bring on the pain. Bring on the suffering. Uh-oh. Okay. We're just testing the waters. We're testing the waters. We'll get it. We're a level 1 base game. Balance to allow... I know, you know the game's gotta be balanced if level 1 can succeed this far. Oh yeah, Shadow Mask, that's the thing. You just deal so much less damage than you would think. Which is why at this point in the game, status effects have become so relevant, and honestly, Radiant Bracer has saved us so much in this temple because of that status effects build-up rate. Yeah, I know, it feels bad, man. Though, to be fair, it also makes it feel that much more satisfying when you actually do make progress. You know what I mean, Shadow Mask? I mean, you've done challenge runs before, so you know that feeling where something is just... because of the rule set you choose, something's absurdly difficult, but you just barely eke out getting past it by some technicality of game design. That, to me, is one of the most satisfying aspects of these challenge runs. Yeah, no, just a small 219 deaths. No, who's shouting? Wait. Yes, roll until you leave for a minute, I'm already knocked out. I mean, to be fair, isn't that pretty normal for this stream? I mean, just look how quick that burn buildup is, though. And now it's a question of survival. We should also take advantage of the fact that we just have so much space to roam around in here for. Exactly, Shadai Mask. That's how I felt, for example, when I beat Shizuka at level 1. That was probably the most hype I've been for any of these challenge runs. But there's also the final boss at level 1. That was a lot of fun. And I guess I will admit the laundry % challenge run for Trails of Cold Steel 2. Trails of Cold Steel has been really, really satisfying as well, but for a different reason. It is definitely a different kind of game. More strategy RPG rather than this, an action RPG. Alright, here's a question for... When you got past level 3, 4, and plans for 2 slots... Oh! How did you even do that? Like, I'm terrible at tower defense games, and they're definitely not my favorite genre, and Plants vs. Zombies, like, I'm trying to imagine how you'd even do that. Did you, like, just barely get past that level? And RNG abuse, okay. I believe it. I think we need a durian. Why? I mean, that was progress, chat, but until you had pretty much a safe stump to have a chance of being... Okay, fair enough. Well, we know what we need to do, chat. We just need to get better. We're making progress. I think dodging is just honestly more important than anything else at this point. Okay, we can't just walk out of the way. I thought maybe we could save our stamina there. And there goes our health. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Good question, Cheyenne asked. I'm not sure if it will work here, and even if it did, it's definitely not as useful as a combat art as our homing wave attack is. Speaking of which, actually might have saved us there. Shield up just to be safe. This is so scary. That's why I was asked. That's why I was saying, Shiny Mask. I don't think it would be super helpful here because at best it might just distract them for a couple attacks, which doesn't buy us that much. Especially when setting up status effects is the way to go here. I could be just setting up status effects. Oh dear. Can't take anything for granted against these enemies. They're very, very spooky. Okay, now things are a bit more manageable because we're able to... We only have to deal with 2, which I think is manageable. You know, I'm not sure, honestly, Shadow Mask. That might actually work, though. I don't know how long Warp Decoy lasts. I've never used it. I've only seen it be used a couple of times for demonstration purposes. And honestly, in terms of, like, buying us some time, I think this guard sphere is just better anyway. Because of just, like, the insane amount of, what's it called? Just due to the large amount of, resistance you get from it. Honestly, these totems are probably the first turret-based boss that I've actually thought was truly challenging. And it's just because they do not let up at all. Alright, we'll want to... Wait, if I just... No, I need to get rid of... Need to get rid of this fish. Ow! Ow. Where's our emergency durian? Oh, nice that bots. So far, you've been able to have 12 of the required 80 stars jump list in Super Mario 64 DS. Nice. Are you running into any trouble spots there, that boss? Oh dear. Why? Should have been paying more attention. That's my bad. Sunflower and pea shooter. But after that, it gets poor. Okay. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, no, it's fine. Honestly, Shy and Ask, one thing you'll learn about these streams is oftentimes what chat is discussing and what I'm actually doing are two very different things, and that's okay. And that's perfectly fine. There have been some pretty hilarious different conversations going on in chat during some of the boss fights, for example. So, just chat about whatever comes to mind. Just make sure to follow the chat rules. That's my only thing on my request. Ooh, sidecut. So you mean like Yoshi, that box? Okay. Okay, now we need to get rid of the owl. Bird. Bird. Oh no! I shouldn't have been that close. That thing just has such an insane DPS. That's my bad, chat. That's definitely my bad. Well. First you don't succeed, try again. And we know what to do, chat. We just need to execute it and focus very heavily on dodging. As I say that. Okay, interesting. So, what happened in that case, Shot and asked? Were you just limited on resources, or is it just like a really long slot of a section? We need to get this down to two turrets as soon as possible. I tried. I tried basketball too. Thought I had plans for versus zombies while also trying to focus on these turrets. Yeah. Ow. The ice turrets worry me the most. Ow. Ow. Oh, okay, so more than one horizontal line. Only plant on a single horizontal line of tiles ever. Oh. Oh, that's challenging. Okay. Fair enough. That reminds me of, in a way, I'm not sure if any of you all have seen, I think it's, Dark Viper AU's, Grand Theft Auto 5 Pacifist % Challenge Run. But fairly recently, he was in the single-player level where I think it was the meatpacking plant. And there was this one section that he could get through to, without, basically defeating any enemies, where he's like hanging on a hook somewhere, like Michael's hanging on a hook. But in order to do that, it was entirely RNG whether his allies would actually get past there or not. And it was so frustrating for him to just wait for the RNG to be on his side that he made like just a montage of him dying while doing absolutely nothing to just prove how ridiculous it was. I wonder, Kowalski, that's a good question. I'm assuming probably just by pure happenstance, and we're dead again. Come on! Need to pay attention to the ice. Okay. What if? It's not going to take us forever to build up status effects anyway. Why not just go all out on damage? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm trying, chat. Oh, yeah. I've watched some of those Shadow and asked. Yeah, try to do Pacifist Dark Souls 2 especially. It's doable, but really, really slow. Honestly, at that point, I'd much rather just do a shield-only run, because at least then you can attack yourself. Alright. Let's start with some way to increase our attack. We only have one flaming bun? Why? Alright. Okay. That on fire. Ow. That could have been bad, but we're good. Ow. Very end. Ow. Go on to now. Alright, chat, bring it back, bring it back. Air fists and no armors, okay. And no souls in battle, okay. Wasn't that hard. Okay. Interesting, though. Thank you, Rekor. Period. Alright, now that's on fire. Look at that damage though, chat. Just annihilating those owls. I think I can see that. I guess I can understand why, because not everyone has a DS, of course. I think there were at least a decent number of changes between the DS version and what was it? And the original version, right? Right. That works. Get away. Get away from the evil owl. Oh, come on! It's marked and we can't even hit it. There we go. That's more like it. Now that that's down, we can attack the owl. Ooh, that was close. Careful. That could have been very bad. Alright. Nice. Nice, nice. Okay. Now we just need to get rid of this one. Got jolts, that's nice. You take that. Interesting, chat. Oh dear. I refuse. I refuse. Okay. Darn owls. They're evil. Come on. Come on. Leave just one alone. Okay, it's just one, chat. It's just one. We can do this. Now that's Mars. We racked up the damage. Like that. Wait, champ, Foss champ, yes. Come on, let's finish this. Let's go! Yes! Yes! Down goes the totem poles. Yes! Oh, ice mechanics! Whee! Anyway, as soon as I saw this run, I'm like, are we in the temple mine again? Oh, is this one of the hardest puzzles, Shot I asked? Alright then. Well, that's the case. Iceless sliding. So, I'm thinking I'm seeing... We want to do some kind of electric-y maneuver. Okay. Not entirely sure what that... Oh, is this like last time where we have to hit it, like... At that? Hey, look at that! Okay, fair enough, Shy Mask. I'll keep that in mind. You solved it with an unintended solution. Interesting. Oh, okay. For you, Retro, you're saying the hardest ones for you are a bit later. Alright, so we've got that. There's an elevator over there, which we need the power for. In order to break that, we need electric. In order to have electric, it requires us to be kind of sort of over here. Yeah. I think, so if we get that there and that there, that allows the electricity to kind of go around in a loop, doesn't it? Which we want, I think. Alright, sounds good, Rekor. Sounds good. Let's test the wires here, chat. Let's just see where this is going. Okay, so it goes down there. Yeah, we do want the blocks over there. Okay. So, we do kind of loop things around. So, like this. Get it over there. I think we want this one to... Wait. Huh? What have we done? Oh, I see it. So, wait, that's not going to work. If I hit that up there, then we can't get that back over. It's a tricky puzzle. Oh, wait a minute. No. That gives us time to set it up, doesn't it? Okay. We're going to have to be fast here, aren't we? That's why we have that long stretch of thing there. So, what we'd have to do is hit it there, then this over there and up. Okay. I think. I know, Trixie Habitus, yes. Because, I mean, unless I'm missing something here, chat, I don't see an easy way to just get both of these blocks lined up on their own. So, we're going to do, chat. We're going to do a lot of pause canceling. Wait for it. Come on. Did we do it? Yes! Yes! That wasn't so bad. That could have been a lot worse, chat. It really could have. Hey, to be fair, Shadow Mask, different puzzles are challenging to different people. So for me, a puzzle that might have been hard for me might have been like a breeze for you, or a breeze for Rekor, or a breeze for other players. And that's just how the nature of how puzzles work. It depends. It really depends on what a person finds challenging to them, I guess. And it might also help that I actually did enjoy like the sliding puzzles from the Temple Mine. Whereas for me, I tend to have the most trouble, I think, with the fire puzzles. Just because I'm terrible at timing things with the floating balloons, and then we're in a battle. Oh, no! No, I hate this thing. This thing is evil. This thing is absolutely evil. Here we go, chat! The real fight begins! This thing's the worst. Yeah, you were waiting for me to step on this word, you Rekor, okay. That's doing nothing. Okay, ice. Maybe? Probably try to get rid of these first in that case. If we could just add to the fire enemy by itself, I think we'd be okay. It's the fact that these are here that makes me nervous. Not the fire enemy, no! HP regen. Give us our T. Give us our T. T. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't know how he perfect evaded that, but I'll gladly take that. Come on. Okay, that's one down. I know, it was that. Durian! Our entire income from this dungeon is going to be spent on durians. Are you okay, Copper Nicholson? That doesn't sound good. But welcome back, though. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay! Okay, okay, okay. It's just this enemy. It's just... Oh yeah, the Digimos and Magnizers, I know what you mean. Those enemies were really, really awful. Alright, chat. Time to prove that CrossCode is a... Or not. I was about to say trying to prove that CrossCode is a perfectly balanced game without exploits, but that's not where we're at. So for those who remember, it is possible to get this thing into a loop where you just kind of bounce it back and forth like this. Yep. Alright, chat. We've done it. CrossCode is a perfectly balanced game without exploits. Are we even building up anything? I can't tell. Unfortunately, it requires perfect timing of that. If not, it just goes away. I always find this hilarious that this actually works. It does make your finger tire after a while, though. I know, the attack only triggers when it gets close enough, so... Just keep the volley going. I know, immune to jolt and burn, so this is the tactics we have to resort to, chat. So tell me, chat, are you entertained? Are you entertained? One thing I am noticing, chat, is when you see shadows appear underneath the little aimed line, that actually means you're fully charged up. So that's one way to keep the timing down. Just wait to see those shadowy dots on the floor. Oh yeah, that's so true, Grekor. And yeah, I agree with the exploits well, some speedrunners helped us discover, but also that one exploit we found by accident when we just walked off that one ledge in Yakuza Metro to bypass that checkpoint's death barrier. That was hilarious. The slow hover, or the low level half time, the don't trigger that stage in the Armored Bay bosses in CrossCode, I know, right? That's the fun of these challenge runs, seeing how far you can push a game to its absolute limits and still succeed. Or if not, how far you can get. No Shy MS. The reason that wouldn't help here is because if it breaks, then it has a different attack pattern, and we wouldn't be able to keep juggling it like this. So, that's what'll happen if I do ice. As you can see, it's going to build up the break gauge, which is actually not what we want, because then we can't keep it in a volley like this. So, this is probably going to be the next 10 or 15 minutes, so... Chad, if you just want to ask random questions while I try my best to keep this thing in a volley, feel free to. Nothing less Copper Nicholson. We are just playing the most intense game of tennis ever. Except here, Leia is volleying all the balls, and there's no returns. Good question, Drekor. I haven't practiced martial arts in years, but it is something that I wouldn't mind getting back into. I actually practiced 2 martial arts, Drekor. So I've practiced Taekwondo. I'm a first-degree black belt. And I've practiced Wing Chun. I know, right, Shia? Imagine someone looking on the street for the first time and this is what they see. Such a great first impression, right, Antomicx? Oh, it's happening, chat. I'm feeling... Hand is starting to cramp up. No! Just don't think the other for like 10 minutes straight. Oh, my hands! My hands! This is ridiculous. Your other hand. That's actually working. Good idea, Shia Mask. Thank you. Oh, come on. Come on. No. Oh, we're losing the volley. No. 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 Okay. Okay. Wing Chun, Copper Nicholson. It's the martial art that Hitman does. Ow. Hey, we got a decent chunk of its health off. Just a bit. I don't think it's time for Turian quite yet, Shida and asked. Now it's time for Duran. Ip Man, Copper Nicholson. The guy who trained Bruce Lee. Alright, if it's tied to this, we might as well break it. Okay. And since it's marked... Oh, is it weak to different things? No, it's still the same. Such a tricky enemy, though. Oh, we can actually mess it up. Well, that was short-lived. What?! Why?! No! 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 So when we break it, it spawns fire enemies? Why? I don't understand! Des, why are you doing this? No. Oh. Yeah, the right thing to do would have been the tedious strat. No. Oh, no. Well, we're probably gonna die, chat. We are going to die. Alright, what? Okay. Yep. Alright, chat. I think this is a good spot to take another break, so don't worry, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, chat, welcome back. So something I noticed when we were fighting that thing is we are basically going to have to do the slow and steady strat against that thing. Which actually means we'd be better off if we have a weapon that is bulk caliber, since that would make it easier to knock it back. Now, the real question is do any of these things have bulk caliber? I don't think we do. Yeah, if we do have anything with bulk caliber, it's going to be much, much worse than what we already have. So, I agree, Shadow Mouse. I think it's time to switch to a glass cannon sort of strat. Since it's just going to, otherwise it's just going to be really, really slow. And if we're doing a glass cannon strat, I think we'll keep the light fiber uniform, we'll keep the serene bubble. But I think the lunatic paws give us more. Yep, they do. So, we have the lunatic paws, we can go with that. Do we have anything that does more damage than the Hydrofang? Surprisingly, no, we don't. Okay. What's Berserker do? Yeah, we're not going with that. That's a bad idea. Right. Do we have anything that gives us the... Oh? Bouncer? In a stunned, weak, or in a break state. I'm not sure if that would help here. Oh, but here... Wait, no. Bullseye is critical hit damage, so that's not going to happen. There's the Hunter's Bolt, which does way less attack, so that's not worth it. We have the Lunatic Claws, Affinity Spiral Drill, Hydrofang. Do we have anything else that increases damage? Not really, not by much anyway. What about our helmets? We could go with the Burglar's Rub. Surprisingly, it does a lot of damage, but then we'd truly be a glass cannon without much HP regen. Yeah, we are always a glass cannon to wall too, but you know what? Just for the heck of it, we're going to try a full attack build to see what happens. Is this going to be a disaster? Most likely, but we'll find out when we get there. Okay, so get rid of these things first, and then we just go for it. You only need to hit them 4 times. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's 1 down. Ow. Okay. It's just the torch. Okay. Now. We don't have it in the loop. Alright. Can we get in the loop? Is it in the loop? No, it's not! Max regen. Max regen. Ooh, that was scary. I think it's in the loop. Alright, it's in the loop, chat. Unfortunately, this damage is still hilariously pitiful. I mean, how much damage were we doing? Wait, no, chat, this is actually better than before, because before, with the Durian, we were... Let's actually, you know what? When we get herded down, let's eat a. You know, let's have a bear beer. Why? No, wait, no, that doesn't last very long. Let's have a durian and see how much damage we're doing then. Stay away. Yeah, there we go. There's some damage. 71, 76. That's definitely better than we've been doing. I messed up. Stay away. No. Go away. Go away. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I know, right, Shai? I'm not saying we are dealing almost twice as much damage. That is good. Yep. But it depends if we can keep it up. That's the real challenge. Come on. Focus. Focus. Got a bit too close there. It happens. Into a rhythm. Oh, nice that, boss. Glad to hear it. Yeah, this is not taking a while around Gregor, although to be fair, this is much faster than it was before. We can actually see the health bar moving. That's progress. CrossCode is a perfectly balanced game without exploits. Okay, I need to rest my hand. Sorry, chat. This is just... It hurt. Like, you don't realize how tense your hand gets until you're just doing the same repetitive motion over and over and over and over again. Ah, good to know that, bots. Thanks for sharing that. Alright, I think we're good. Go away. Even your feet. Well, the thing is, I can't keep up the rhythm as well with my other hand. That's why I feel like taking a break like that is better. Probably also get another during, honestly, to speed this up. This is just... It does take a while. Okay. During time. That's better. That's way better. Now we're getting some damage up. I'm gonna tactical engineer Drakor. Stay away! Well, in this case, Copper Nicholson, a fast click rate is actually what we don't want. We want to be clicking at a consistent rate, not a fast rate. If we clicked fast, we would just spam small projectiles, which would not keep this thing at bay. Oh yeah, that'd be so hilarious when it's Shannon asked if this is canon and Follow and Jura are off-stream looking at Leia with the most confused faces. Honestly, let's expand upon that more. I think Emily's already way at the end of the dungeon, and she's watching us like on one of those spectator modes, and she's like, what is Cherie doing? I mean, I'll cheer her on. I love my Cherie, but still, even for Cherie, this is ridiculous. Come on. Yes, it's that. I'd imagine Paul saying that record. Swear to Leia, your dedication to this most tedious exploit is commendable. I mean, is it really an exploit though, chat? Because under a normal playthrough, this would actually be slower than the quote-unquote correct way to do this. But I guess here, it is kind of an exploit. Yeah. Shizuka would question it. Is like, has Leia lost her mind again? Oh dear. Stay away! Go. Oh dear. Come on, we're so close. Oh, those are angry Antomicx noises. Cool too. That's great, Grekor. Oh, I guess my AI sister glitched out. Leia glitches out? You don't even want to know. Uh-oh. Durian! Help! Okay. We can get the rhythm back. We can get the rhythm back. That's what matters. Very true, Quality. That would actually be pretty in character at this point, I think. Come on, just focus on the rhythm. Maintain that rhythm. 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 Rhythm, 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 rhythm. Let's go! Oh, come on! I agree, though. Certainly I would be confused. Come on! After all that! Come on! Okay. I hate these things, but we're gonna have to power through it. So, I think the strat was just the spam ice melee. Yep. Spam ice melee, spam ice melee, spam ice melee! Please don't die, Leia. Get rid of one? Okay, okay, okay. I don't like this. I really don't. I want to spam guard sphere, because I'm scared. I'm very scared. Okay. So Durian. Oh dear. Come on. Careful. Careful. Careful, careful, careful. Come on, come on. Okay, focus, focus, focus. Please be it. Yeah! Let's go! Yes! For once, the last-handed strategy actually works. These enemies have equal HP to the boss in the temple mine? That's insane! Wow! Well, that makes this all the more impressive, doesn't it? Alright. Where am I? I think we want Pidelos, yes. Else, Spiral Drill. Probably want Gradient Bracer. Yeah. Okay. I can't believe we did that. Also, before I forget, he has Apollo, and Jiren commented last time about that. The shortcut. Hey, who? Hold on the heat shock dies at all? No, because if we break them and he revives, then it just causes those fire enemies to come in at that phase, which would have been awful. Which is why we did it that tedious way, so we wouldn't have to deal with them at the same time. Oh, and Grekor, you clipped that. That's fine. Oh, we can go up. Let's go. So there was a reason why we did it that very tedious way, the Archdie. It actually made it a little bit easier when those fire dice came. Chat, I think this might be the way to a chest. Aha! I knew it! I know you too well, CrossCode devs. Now, just watch carefully. Where will be the chest? Fun fact, chat, I have Sun Inquire before, so... That's cool to do that again. Hey! That was cool. Good thing we have that shortcut. Otherwise, this would have taken a while to get back. Or... Where's the shortcut? I swear there was a shortcut. Ah, here it is. What haven't I done? Well, I mean, I'm sure if you ask, we can find something I haven't done. Oh, come on, I thought that was... Never mind. It's okay. We'll just... Oh, okay. See, Grekor, there's something I haven't done. Yeah, never played lacrosse either. Okay, there we go. Have not done that either. Thank goodness. That's really well with the land. I am not Dante Hode. Hey, Grekor, I am not Dante Hode. Alright, I think that's enough, chat. I think that's enough. Right, there we go. Now we just... No, it was up here? Yeah, it was up there. I think. Yep, up here. Beat the post-game DLC! True, haven't done that yet. We'll see. We'll see about that. Oh, that's just how we progress. Oh, I thought that was going to lead to a chest. Oh well. Uh-oh. Were we so? Yeah, we were supposed to stay up there. No! It's all good. We'll get there eventually. Eventually. Why? That cliff, though, is in the most inopportune spot. The real enemy of the dungeon is platforming. Basic platforming, my one weakness. We're supposed to go down there, I think, but then up here probably is. Oh, really? I thought you sounded like the SpongeBob narrator. I mean, personally, I think that'd be a positive thing. I like the sound of the SpongeBob narrator is just so iconic. Like, yes, as he lives in a pineapple under the sea. Oh wait, this is the chest that I think Apollo said not to forget. What's in it? Butterfleesh. What? A single flap with its wing can cause the... Wait... This is what I think it is. Is it like a mini version of the moth boss? Oh! Oh no! It's just a cute little butterfly! Look at this! What? What? What on earth? It's just a little butterfly but it causes little tornadoes. What? I have not shot that mask. I have not. But I'm pretty... Oh no, it's an Akuma! No, run! Run! No! Don't let it Akumatize us! No! Alright. You know what's the only thing that can get rid of this chaos, chat? It's more chaos. And there's only one thing that can cause more chaos than an Akuma. It's a goose. Save us, goose. Thank you, goose. Anyway. So... and Akuma is a reference to the Miraculous Ladybug cool too. It's a French animation, a French 3D animation that where the running story is that there's this guy named Hawkmoth. He has some powers. He makes these butterflies become like dark versions of themselves and uses that to Akumatize people who are feeling negative emotions, turning them into like villainous version, basically like super villains. And that's up to Ladybot and Chat Noir to basically free the... find where the Akuma is, purify it, and thus, of course, save the person who's been Akumatized, as well as Paris. So, a lot of fun. This is going to be a fight, isn't it? Shard Trail East. Oh no, this is going to be the... Alright, before we do this, chat, I actually do need to take a quick break, so don't worry, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, chat, welcome back. I'm thinking of going until 9:30 tonight, just because I don't have to do anything tomorrow, so... I think I'll probably go till 9:30. But this up here is something I'm concerned about, because if we are fighting more of those... I'm assuming we're going to have to fight shock and fire enemies at the same time, and that's just a really, really bad combination. So what we'll probably want to do is go... Let's try a balanced build first. If that doesn't work, we could try going full attack. Doing that to reset the room. Wait, what? Goose, no! The goose jumped off the cliff! No, it's like... Alright, to heck with this. Oh, this is going to stink. Although we do have a lot more space to work with, which is nice. Ow. Period. Nice. Come on. I mean, this does so much damage to them, but also is hard to hit. I want to try and defeat as many of them at once as I can, so we have fewer in the next phase. Come on. Hit them! No! Maybe some HP regen. There we go. Are they pitying us? I can't tell. Get rid of the fire ones. I feel slightly more confident with the shock ones. Just slightly. Hey, Copper Nicholson, not all superhero costumes have to be super fancy to look cool. Take the Incredibles is and they're super suits. They're not super flashy or anything, but they work, and that's what matters. Come on. I want it rid of fire. Go away. Go away, fire. Okay. Drink some more tea. Why not? That'd be super safe. Now we go all in on wave. I hope. You know, we might actually be able to. And then we eat them. I try to annihilate them because they're marked. Alright, that's one down. It's progress, it's progress. Oh! Hello there, Testator. Thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Careful, careful. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I know, the world isn't ready. Okay. Come on. I feel like if we defeat another one, it's just going to cause a new wave of enemies to appear. Did I not call that? I did. Oh, dear. Oh, this is going to be madness. Get some regen up first. Ow. Ow! Now there goes our Durian's health. Thought they all just very slowly but casually dodge the everything. Uh-oh. I get rid of the fire ones since I have more trouble with them. We had some of those low on health too, so that helps a little bit. We parried that! That's awesome! Imagine the crystals are trying to harm Toa? How dare they! You know what? These crystals are going down! Even though it's a complete... Even though it occurs in a different timeline, in a different game. How dare! How dare! Ow. Leia, I need you to know Super Leia. Go Super Leia! Super Leia! Yeah, I know, these crystals are going down sometime within the next hour. A good guess. Come on. Okay, that's another one. Ow. Sandwich me. Well, to be fair, the Archetype is a very, very long story. The crystals don't like Fee either? Well, that means just Fee's going to defeat them, isn't it? Well, I mean, to be fair, can anything really comprehend Fee? I don't think so. Yeah, just the hunch that we're not going to win the dungeon race. Honestly, there's no way we'd win the dungeon race. Like, it just takes way too long to get through all of these battles. But we still do it, the dungeon race anyway, because Emily is the best character in this game. And no one can tell me otherwise. But more importantly, they tried to harm Madam President, and that's what matters. I know, you can actually say no, but my thought process is why? Yeah. Yeah, it would have been cool to have a PvP fight with Emily, although to be fair, the dungeon race is more her thing. I know, But this is also why mods exist, right, chat? Yeah, fair enough, just... fair enough, because... Yeah, Try's great when he has Emily to bounce off his commentary off of. But just as a character, I like Emily the most. Come on. Come on. We parried that. That was awesome. Come on. We're right there. We're right there. Let's go! Let's go! Yes! I know what, Yoshi. Nerd! I can't believe we got through that. Let's go! Yes! What is this puzzle? This looks complicated. Oh dear. This is very complicated. Shock and fire. Okay. At the first order of business. Yeah, just go straight there. What's this do? I think it's gonna be shock first. So I'll go loop-de-loop around there. Let's try it. That's not what I wanted to do. This puzzle's annoying? Good to know. Well, not quite what I wanted, but okay. Just trying to line it up onto that wall. See what happens here. Okay. It's something. Not sure what that accomplishes, but... Oh. I see. So we send that going, and then we... Yeah. Interesting. Oh, and when we do this, we need the... I see. We need the bomb first. Okay. In that case, we actually need to get over there first. Thanks for the tip, the Arch guy. Not quite what I wanted. Come on. Yes! There we go. Oh, read a message as Emily. Nerd! Is that the nerd I see? Nerd. That was back to wall 2. Yeah, I remember Record. The shock things can go through the orange force fields, which is intriguing to say the least. Now for the hard part. I think this is where we actually have to, like, do the puzzle elements. Oh yeah, I guess I can see that, Tom Nicholson. Awesome, glad you liked it, Cool Wall too. My guess is probably not correct, or just the term nerd is used a lot in... That's just in media in general, so... Okay. I hope that works. Oh, this is fun. Look at this puzzle, chat. Come on. Perfect! That was fun. Uh-oh. This screams boss battle, if ever. Or it did. Means we actually want... If it's what I think it is. If it's going to be another one of those giant statue guardians, we want the Radiant Bracer. Yeah, I just see that, Director. Come on. Oh, wait a minute. I see. Tricky, tricky, devs. Tricky, tricky. There we go. Now we're gonna reset the room so we don't have to do that again. Yeah, I know, right? The Arch die. I mean, it does think that we Ascended Gear is useless, but you're right. It is, at least on the plus side, we don't have to grind for it because there's no point. Like... I doubt the devs considered, like, the ramifications of that. How a level 1 user would feel with the so-called ultimate gear being scaled down to their level. Alright. It's time for the fourth and hopefully final one of these things. Wave and ice? Maybe? Or is it fire and electric? Nope, definitely wave. What?! Oh, that's evil! That is evil! I hate dodging the shield. And then I'll make us dodge it multiple times in a row. Okay, whoever designed this boss. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be the hardest one. Oof. Oof. Oh dear. Why did I go for that? Green is not a good color in this situation. Ooh, that was close. He wants to inflict burn to deal damage over time. Well, yeah, burn and shock, of course, because those both deal damage over time. Right at the double whammy. Unfortunately, we're also getting double whammied, so... it balances out. Oh, he's broken. Give us some time to build up SP. Oh, dear. Ow. Okay. Alright, that was the right call going for Guard Sphere there. Build up SP. Come on. Let's go. Double whammy. Yes! Build up that SP. Let's go. I will admit though, chat, it is, even though this is technically a reskinned boss, I am impressed with how much variety they were able to get from this enemy type. Very true. I do like no damage, which is why we're relying so heavily on Stats Fest, because at least they do a set percentage of damage. And the hammer is satisfying too. Oh dear. Oh, no, we didn't break it. My bad. Oh. Gyro all those durians we bought, they're kind of gone. Alright, that's phase, let's go! Do the fade. Alright, chat, now we just run around in circles and hope for the best. Oh, this is oh. We have to deal with it attacking twice, that's going to be a pain. I mean, it's doable, it's just going to be very, very tedious. We'll have to be extremely careful. Ow. Alright, we got the double off. The jolt doesn't seem to be doing much. Oh, actually, what we could do now I'm thinking about it. Whenever we see the shield come up, we can just use Guard Sphere. Just as like a safety. But since we're gaining a lot of SP anyway. Yeah, okay, that's a strat. Bird. Ah, good to know that, boss. Good to know. This is the best runway, chat. So glad we got Dark Sphere up there. Ow. Does so much damage, though. Yeah, the Archdie, we're not breaking its barrier, because if we do, it goes into the next phase, and that'll just mean it's attacking more frequently. Whereas, when it's stuck in this phase, even though we can't do normal damage to it, we can still burn it, and it only does this one shield attack, which I personally find much easier to deal with. Hence why we're keeping it like this. It's kind of funny that, like, doing things the wrong way is actually effective here. Kind of reminds me of when we were fighting the bull on fire, I think it was, that, where gravity actually ended up doing more damage than what we could deal at that time. Exactly, safety straps. Exactly, cool all too. I don't care if it takes a while, as long as we get there, that's what matters. Or to quote the Incredibles, we get there when we get there. Yeah, we are very vulnerable at level 1. Well, we won't know until we get there, Drektor. So damn, we get there when we get there. I mean, I don't even know what the final boss is to this dungeon. But, based off of all your comments, chat, it's probably really, really hard. Ow. No, I mean, this is an action RPG. I guess it goes without saying. If a last dungeon boss wasn't hard, I'd be disappointed. But it does depend on how hard it is. Don't be crazy. Come on. Come on. We're right there. You can do it. Let's go! The best runway worked! The best runway! Rip Statue Guardian. It was called the Guardian of Peace, too. Aww. Oh, well, that's a high bar to clear for sure, the Archdive. Shizuka was definitely my favorite battle in this entire game so far. We'll see how this this dungeon boss holds up, but we'll see. Oh, look, another puzzle. Now, we could jump air dash cancel over there, I think, but I'm not sure that's what we'd want to do, because I think we need this anyway. Alright. So we hit you over there, what happens? Gives us a platform. Did we really need that? Hold on. Chat. Oh. No, they thought of that. Never mind. They made sure it was far enough so we couldn't do that. Oh, come back here. No! Okay. We should go for fire here. There we go. Oh yeah, Destropos is a great fight too, cool too. I think Destropos is actually my third favorite fight in the game, just because of all the narrative build-up to it. What represents it from the narrative perspective with the whole Belly of the Beast thing. But in terms of, I'd say top 3 fights for this game that I've had so far. Number 1, obviously Shizuka. Number 2 is the final boss, you know, from Chapter 10. And number 3 would be Destropos. Perfect. Oh yeah, I guess number 4 would probably be that boss, Shaddai Master. We'll say the Grand Cruscajo boss, because that's such a satisfying boss fight. I'm gonna fight 2 bosses at once. It's basically the Ornstein and Smug of this game. For those who haven't played Dark Souls, Dark Souls 1, Ornstein and Smug is considered to be one of the hardest fights in that game, and probably like the climax of the game before you reach sort of the latter half. That boss is very important to both the lore as well as just being able to make any progress in that game. Dark Souls is the Dark Souls of gaming. Who would have thought? You don't say. Yeah, exactly. Cool too. It's a really well-designed fight because, unlike a lot of other, we'll say, times where you're facing 2 bosses at once, what makes Ornstein Smoke so well designed is the pillars. So the pillars allow you to, if you're careful, actually split them apart and then focus on one or the other. And I also love how with Ornstein Smoke, depending on which one you defeat first, the other one gets buffed up in a different way. Whether Ornstein becomes a giant or Smoge gets an electric hammer. And either way, it's just such a satisfying boss fight all around. I think we looped around. We did. Yep. Oh, Citron! Hi! Oh, hello, Leia. Are you enjoying the dungeon? We actually have a choice! Oh. I almost want to hit no, because I think it'll be funny. You know what, chat? I have an idea. We're gonna vote on it. I don't want to pick this. Alright, chat. New poll. Do we like the dungeon? Yes. No. And I'll give you guys 1 minute. There you go. Alright, chat. Have at it. Let's see how this goes. This should be amusing. Wow, the no's really have it right now so far. Yeah. The poll's in the stream chat, Copper Nicholson. You probably noticed you want to see the dialogue. Just want to see what happens. Okay, fair enough. Well, we still have about 20 more seconds. It's day more even. You know, vote no for the lulz. Okay. Citron just has his glasses. Yep. Alright. And poll is closed, no as one, so. Alright, chat, you want this. I mean, me personally, I am really enjoying this dungeon. I think it's super well designed, but Leia's like, at level 1, this dungeon stinks. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's definitely expansive. To be honest, it's hard for me to focus on the dungeon. Aw. My mind just keeps going to other places. I'm trying to remember something. Something important I'm missing. Wait! Huh? You don't think I should force it? Maybe you're right. After all, you tend to remember things when you least expect it. Your mind just works in strange ways. Still, I feel like taking a break right now. Oh, I didn't change that much. Okay, fair enough, Record, fair enough. I would have loved if they would have had like an entire alternate scene there, but I can understand. It's not that big of a deal. I just find it kind of funny that they actually let us choose there. Well, since this is kind of like a meteorite, we have an impact, and then, oh my, I'm not sure what else to expect. The impact. Is this the end of the dungeon, or is there like room for one more? That's what I'm curious about. This is ominous. Hi, Leia dear! I was just having a closer look at the elevator symbols, and then it just came over me how it all might be connected. Want to hear my theory? No. Yes. Alrighty, let's have a look together. Alright, Lynn, it's your moment to shine. You're the lore master. Tell us what's going on here, because I have no idea. Floor 1, the journey. A meteorite traveling slowly through space. Floor 2, the approaching. The meteor is getting closer. Floor 3, the arrival. The meteor is about to reach the planet. Oh yeah, to be fair, Cool 2, I did kind of base the Sarah voice off of Lynn's voice, though, to be honest. This voice is definitely Sarah now, because as Lynn was a side character, but Sarah, on the other hand, well, we don't talk about Sarah. Yep, Lynn is probably a gamer mom, and that's fine. Floor 4, the impact. Well, I'm sure you get the idea. And blank. I'm certain there's one more floor left. So, what do you think this meteor is all about? Say, Leia, do you remember the message of the sky? It was mentioned in several of the texts of the ancients, the ones you didn't read. The arrow wrapped in an envelope of rock and ice. Fair enough, Doctor, fair enough. And Quinn made it approach this planet fast enough so it arrived in time. Oh, that must be a typo there, chat. It thinks this is what this meteor is. No, I think that's supposed to be I think this is what the meteor is, but honest mistake. It's the message of the sky. And it landed right here, at this very location! It left a gigantic crater, the same we're currently descending down into! Ooh. And I'm sure at the bottom we'll finally find out what it is. The message of the sky, the secret of the ancients. I really can't wait, let's go. Bye, Lynn. Emily, you have anything else to say? Emily, anything new? No, nothing new, okay. Well, how much deeper does this go? Oh, there's more puzzles. Why? What else is left? What else is there to do? How deep does this puzzle room go? Oh my... Wow, look at this puzzle, what's insane, chat. Should I go? Alright, chat. We'll go a little bit later. Why not? It's not that bad, but I do need to take a break, so don't go anywhere, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, chat. Welcome back. Let's see if we can do this puzzle. So, from what I'm seeing here, we start here, the bullet goes there, and then it's just a question of escorting this and doing... Oh my goodness. This is going to be painful, isn't it? There's so many moving parts here. Well, we're probably going to have to pause cancel a lot. And that's okay. Since we're used to that at this point. So, bounce it around. Go over there, which opens up a path for us to do what exactly? Is the bomb going to be what we have to use there? I think it is. Well, wait a minute. Then do we just have to shoot down here? And then run over here? Oh. I can just sense the pain. We're not even our best shot. Okay. As soon as it clears that, we're going to fire. Okay. Now it's going to go over there. It's going to get the bomb. Do it over there. Get ready. Wait for it. Right? Now. And fire, fire, fire. Proceed. Then fire. Please tell me we got it. Let's go! First try! Yeah! Sorry. I hope I didn't break anyone's ears there. I can't believe we did that first try. Oh, hold on. I am so sorry, chat. It's just that puzzle was really, really hard. So I got excited. I'm sorry. Oh, and there's a part 2! Never mind! We're not done yet! Okay, so... Goes bouncy, bouncy over there. Hold on a sec. I want ice. Can we even... No, that's not how that works. Oh, no, that just allows us to shoot over there. Okay, I see. So we land up here, then we knock it over there. Oh, this is... And we kind of go like that. No. It'll be fire, then regular. And we hit it into ice over there. Then what? Got dead over yonder. Oh, the ones that come after. Fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like I'm missing something here. Or is the intent to actually, like, run with, like, an electro ball shot here? Wait. Oh, that's evil. That is evil. You have to line that up, don't we? No, we don't. That doesn't make sense. Oh, just like that. Wow. That's not as bad as I thought. Okay, that's why that's there. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Not entirely sure what that does. We'll try it. We just gotta knock that over there. Nope. Go over there. Probably already messed up, but it's all part of the process. Oh no. Oh, okay, that was what we were supposed to do. Okay, that's good. Oh, dear. Oh, then we have to hit it over there. Right. 1 second. But, wait. So we hit over there, we get the... And then we just knocked it down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, over there. We're not gonna make it. No! Well, we got pretty far for our first attempt. We knocked it in, then on fire, and that, I think that would have been... Did that have been it? Yeah, that would have been it. Okay. At least we know what to do. Uh-oh. Why you do this? Alright. Reset the map, reset the map. I hope I didn't do that too early. Oh no, I didn't do that too early, but... Did we do it? We did it! Let's go! Yes! Well, now we just need a... There we go. Uh-oh. Load-bearing pillars. No! Oh, I don't like where this is going. I really don't like where this is going! This seems like it's going to be awful, isn't it? The room's called load-bearing pillars. There's only one thing that can mean. I swear. If there's 4... If there are 4... Okay, there's 3, but... What?! Devs, what?! Why? They go off the screen, no! There's so many! We heard you really like turrets, right? Right. The ultimate turret boss! It's just a stack of them! Oh, this looks awful. This looks really bad. What are we going to do? I guess we can go for burn. And we've already taken a lot of damage. Oh, well, what is nice here, we can kind of sort of go in a circle. That's nice, at least. We're going to die. We are going to die. Like... Oh wait, no, that's what calls a duo. No. This was a mistake. A big mistake. Ow. Well, that's a color match, so we're already... Yeah, goodbye, Lay! Exactly, record. Bye, Lay! It was nice knowing you! Yeah, this is not going to end well. Oh boy. Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. Now the color's completely messed up. Fire, yeah. That's seriously a mess. Why? Ow. Patience is key. Ow. I just need time to attack. Uh-oh. Ow! Ow. You know, chat? I heard patience is key for some reason. I mean, I guess I sleep a lot, but... having to do actual work is such a pain. Like, if I had to face all these turrets, I don't know what I would do. Alright, chat, so since we are dealing with a situation where trying to go for status effects is just taking way too long, let's switch to a balanced build and play essentially the endurance game here. Therefore, Fee is a cat. Okay. Right, we're just going to play the dodging game here, chat. That's all that matters. This is just a game of endurance. we're going to spam our guard sphere, too. I'll keep attacking. Ah, I can't believe I just parried that. That was lucky. But even with guard sphere, that owl does so much damage. Yeah, right. I am making the same mistake as last time. You're right. You're right. I should be getting rid of the one on the right first. Uh oh. Ow. E. Alright, that's one down. Now, I think the next one we want is the center pillar, because that'll bring the shock down. Yeah. Yeah, is Deuce trying to attack? Is the Deuce actually helping us? Has up become down? Oh dear. It hit the tower, that's hilarious. Uh-oh. Untitled Goose, you're confusing them, your health page. Good job. Good Goose. Good Goose. Ow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's a color match. That was a mistake. No! Uh-oh. Welp! It was nice knowing you, chat. It was nice knowing you. Here come the waves. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't that bad. Yeah, we want to get rid of that one next, I think. Yeah. That could have been worse. Ow. Oh, what I find funny, chat, is when they're chilled, their projectiles actually move more slowly, which is kind of... that doesn't really make much sense to me, because you would think when they're launching their attacks, it would still, you know, move at the same velocity, but whatever. If it's helping us, I'll take it. We don't have much going for us right now. Ow. Alright, that's another one down. And it's... I hate that thing so much. Does it just... look how quickly that just eviscerates her health. Uh-oh. Alright, burn! Burn, owl. Now they're trying to mess up attacks. We can actually see the top of one of these stacks? What? I find it amusing that those projectile attacks can still hit, like, the stacks of enemies. And they can't damage themselves. Ow. We do fire next. Yeah. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Come on. I want to rid the owl, but at the same time, I know if I do, bad things will happen. So not that down. So not that down. Feel the jolt. Alright. Now we hit down the fire. I believe that missed. Oh well. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I know, there's going to be another totem to match for Drekthor, but considering when we matched the green totems last time, it wasn't that bad. That's what I'm trying to go for, is the green totem match. Because we get through that, then we can just try to wrap up, I think, this top left one. Because my goal ultimately is to get to two totems again, because then it's just a waiting game. Ow! Eee. Now we're going to get rid of the owl. Actually, no, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I go for it? No. We want to go for the one on the left, get rid of the owl. Okay. Alright, it's on fire. That's good. Oh, that was lucky. Alright, ice is down. We're going to have a match, but that's okay. It's okay. We'll survive. Alright. Guard sphere through everything. Ow. Rector, don't say things like that. If we stay focused, we stay alive. That's what matters. So, we break through that, that would be good. Okay. For as long as this is taking chat, this is good game design, because you really have to think about which enemies to defeat first. There's actually like a strategy going on here, which is really cool. Alright. Take a step back. Don't worry about it. Okay. Got the jolt. Nice. Ow. Alright, just focus on dodging. Ow. Alright, cool. We got a burb. Alright, I think that's supposed to be a dragon. Point is, bad things. Okay. We want durian, actually. Actually, no, I think we want more tea. Oh, I'm glad we did that. Use the snakes as like our sort of HP bank. As it is kind of a falcon. I know I'm not destroying the middle one right now. I was just using that to get some HP back. That's all. I have no intention of destroying the middle one right now. That would completely mess this up. Okay. More tea, please. Ow. Sandwich me. I was hoping that would have hit the tower, but oh well. This is so tense. Okay. Okay. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. We don't want to. We don't want what you're selling. Okay. We good? We good. I mean, as much as I hate the shock ones, I think we have to go for it, because if we can get rid of them, that... Oh, actually... Well, I don't want an ice double up is the issue. Ice is hard enough as it is. No, no, we haven't messed our... We haven't done that yet. Actually, if we focus on the middle pillar now, and we just, you know, we survive the double up of the green and get to, we'll say, the next fire one, then we can just finish that one off. I don't think I have a... Do I have a cheese special? I don't think I have one. I do not. We will make do. Listen, we've survived when the wave ones have matched before. We can do it again. Okay, Mooncakes a fair point. Ow. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, you're in. That's not nearly as good as the T, though. Should not have had wave there. Okay. Wait for it. Come on, let us eat something. Eat. Okay. We're going to eat HP regen. And now we're just going to walk around in circles. It's a clock, that's all it is. It's a giant clock, that's all this is. Okay. Now we just do the center one. Right, we got the jolts, that's good. Yeah, anti-clock, it's just a backwards clock, counterclockwise. Okay, now it's a snack. Ow. I don't like that. That could have been scary. Uh-oh. Whew. Very, very spooky. Okay, chat, this is it. All we have to do is just eliminate the left pillar and survive one green double up. We can do that. We can definitely do that. Okay, now we're just doubling up. This is normal, this is normal. Ow. See, there we go, chat. Wasn't so bad. Now we just focus on the left pillar. This. Okay. Got the jolt up, that's good. Ow. And which... When our HP regen runs out, we'll have to eat that again, just to be safe. Alright. Come on. Ooh, that was scary. Ow. Uh-oh. Focus. Focus. Ow. Uh-oh. Nope. Oh, okay. I was trying to do Dark Sphere. There we go. Refresh the tape. Come on. Okay, okay. That's one tower down, guys. We've just got 2 more to go. Just 2 more. We can do this. Okay. Alright. Be careful of the owls, they can end everything. Back up. Okay. Back up. Last T, chat. Last Sweet Berry Tea, at least. And there's only 1 tower left! Listen to them all, too. A single burst from the owl... A single, we'll say, ice shot burst from the owls can just annihilate our HP. But this is it, chat. Alright, just give it plenty of space. Don't get greedy. Okay. Okay. Good. Good, good. That damage, though. Back up. Okay. Okay, it's on fire. That's good. Focus. Is there actually Cool Wall 2? Is there actually? Oh, fair enough. Alright, focus. It's just the last owl. Just the last owl, and then a fish. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Okay, just the fish. We can do this, chat. We can do this. We can definitely do this. Come on. Okay. Now we just let it do its thing. Please. Come on! done! Yes! Yes! That fight took like half an hour, but I don't care. We defeated the load-bearing pillars. Feeling fine, Cool Wall 2, feeling fine. Yeah. Oh, did we have to go this way? I think we might have. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did they set this up so that you could take either path? Probably not. Alright. No. Got ourselves another puzzle, but you know what, chat? I'm feeling a bit exhausted right now, and I think defeating that pillar boss is a good spot to wrap things up. So I'm gonna start wrapping things up here, chat. If you want to stick around for a raid, feel free to. But if you're watching on YouTube and you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing on YouTube. It's free to subscribe on YouTube. You can always change your mind later, and it's a great way to show support. If you're watching on YouTube, hope you have an awesome night.